Get ready for an electrifying journey as we dive into the AI-generated animated recap of Bahubali, The Beginning. A spellbinding saga of royal intrigue, epic battles, and legendary heroes. Strap in and prepare to witness a tale of courage and destiny like never before. If you're a fan of Prabhas, the legendary Bahubali, be sure to like the video. And if our hero story ignites your spirit, drop a comment with Bahubali Jai Ho to show your support. Let the adventure begin. Our tale begins with a courageous woman fleeing for her life, clutching a baby in her arms while two men relentlessly pursue her. As the water of a river threatens to pull her under, she prays to Lord Shiv, pleading for her life to be taken in exchange for the child's. Her prayer is clear. The child must survive to become the future ruler of Mahishmati. In a dramatic final act, as she surrenders to the water, she holds the baby high for the men to see. With her last breath, she points upward and then she is engulfed by the river. The men who chased her are found dead nearby, their fate now clear to all. A cave that leads to the mountain's peak is discovered, and the man who finds it believes it to be a sign to take the baby there. But Sanga, who is tasked with the child's care, becomes enraged. She declares that the baby was sent by the river goddess and orders the cave to be sealed shut. Years pass, and the child, named Shiva, grows up with a burning curiosity about the mountain's peak. His mother tries to scare him by tales of danger, but Shiva becomes more curious. As he grows older, he is determined to climb the mountain, despite the many who have failed before him. Meanwhile, his mother, following the sage's advice, performs rituals, collecting water from the waterfalls and pouring it repeatedly to plead with Lord Shiv shivling to prevent her son from climbing. Shiva, frustrated, confronts the sage and destroys the base of sacred shivling, shocking everyone around. He carries the shivling to the waterfalls, where the people watch in awe. During this time, he discovers a wooden mask that fell from above. Shiva's curiosity about the wooden mask leads him to create an image of a woman in the sand. He is soon drawn to the waterfalls as he dreams of beautiful woman whose image he just created. He follows her through a series of challenges, each one testing his resolve and determination. His journey takes him to the mountain's peak. At the summit, Shiva's eyes widened. Before him, a fierce battle unfolded, a clash of swords. And there, amidst the chaos, stood Avantika, the very woman who had filled his dreams. He hides and observes as they are defeated one by one. Avantika finds a remarkable necklace among the fallen men and reports it to her leader. Their chief is angered, reminding them of their oath to rescue their imprisoned Queen Devsena. The group put on their masks and swear their oath again. Avantika wonders if Katapa, a man of honor, might aid them. The chief dismisses the idea, believing Katapa's loyalty to Mahishmati's throne makes him an unreliable ally. Elsewhere, a man named Aslam Khan challenges Katapa to a duel to test his swordsmanship. Impressed by Katapa's skill, Aslam offers to buy his freedom, but Katapa refuses, saying he must remain loyal to the throne, as his ancestors vowed. As night falls, while Avantika dips her hand in the water, Shiva stealthily marks it with ink. Avantika rushes to a crucial meeting. The chief, tasked with planning the rescue of the imprisoned Queen Devsena, considers Avantika for the mission. However, he spots the drawing on her hand, a sign of her preoccupation with beauty. Doubtful of her focus, he nearly dismisses her. But Avantika, with tears streaming down her face, pleads with him, showing her deep longing and proving her worthiness. Her sincerity touches the chief, and he decides to give her a chance. Meanwhile, in the kingdom, shadows stretched across tortured souls. Men suffered, and warriors revelled in cruelty. Amidst it all stood King Ballal Dev, a man both feared and despised, as he demonstrates his power by wrestling a bull that has broken free. As the bull charges, Katapa, ever loyal, throws himself in the bull's path to protect the king. Despite Katapa's brave effort, he is injured, but Ballal Dev triumphs over the beast. Impressed by Katapa's dedication, the king offers him anything he desires. Katappa's wish is to release Queen Devsena, who has been imprisoned for 25 long years. Ballal Dev agrees, but there's a cruel twist. To free her, Katappa must kill her. Otherwise, she will remain in captivity until she dies. Devsena, shackled and scorned, bore the weight of her past. Ballal Dev burned with anger. He couldn't forgive her for picking someone else over him. Mahishmati had forgotten that man. He declared, leaving Devsena shattered. That evening, Devsena busies herself picking up fallen branches. Katappa arrives and urges her to accept freedom, but she refuses, believing her son will come to rescue her. Though everyone believes her son is dead, Devasena remains hopeful. Katappa is stunned when she reveals that the branches are for a funeral to burn Ballal Dev. Meanwhile, Avantika returns to the river to find the person who marked her hand. She hides in a tree, unaware that Shiva is nearby. Shiva releases a snake to distract her and secretly tattoos her shoulder. Avantika, noticing the mark, searches for the culprit. Shiva, sitting by a bonfire and pretending to communicate with her through the wooden mask, is suddenly attacked by Avantika. She catches him and demands to know his identity, astonished that someone could climb the mountain. Shiva uses charming words to keep her intrigued, but their chase continues. Avantika is intent on revealing who is behind the mask, while Shiva wants to show her his true purpose, returning the lost wooden mask. In a surprising turn, Avantika, moved by Shiva's quest, knocks him unconscious with a flower and leaves him behind. As the sun dipped low, Avantika was captured and brutalized by a band of men. Just as one of them prepared to strike her with a knife, Shiva arrived like a force of nature. In the ensuing battle, one of the attackers recognized Shiva, calling him Lord, and trembling, begged for mercy. Sensing more enemies approaching, Shiva swiftly led Avantika to safety, using a massive rock to trigger an avalanche that sent some of their foes tumbling down. He skillfully used a tree trunk to slide down the mountain, ensuring their escape. When morning came, Avantika sought forgiveness for her earlier actions. Shiva, moved by her sincerity, forgave her and declared their bond as lovers, sharing their destinies. He promised to rescue Devasena, motivated by Avantika's goal, even though he had yet to meet her. True to his word, Shiva raced to the kingdom where Devsena was held captive. The kingdom was abuzz with an event to lift the king's golden statue. Devsena, though imprisoned, could sense her son's presence nearby. As the statue was being raised, the enslaved workers grew weak and struggled. Just as it seemed the statue would fall, Shiva dashed in, grabbing the rope and lifting the statue with his immense strength. His face was briefly revealed in the gust of wind, and a stunned onlooker recognized him, shouting, "Bahubali!" The name spread like wildfire among the workers, who then cheered and pulled with renewed vigor. Enraging Ballal Dev, as he felt he was still nothing compared to Bahubali. The king and his court, bewildered and furious at the uproar, demanded to know who had uttered the name Bahubali. Meanwhile, Shiva, disguised as a warrior, made his way through the chaos. When the king questioned the soldiers, Shiva stepped forward, pretending to stumble and set a fire to distract them. As he fled, the king's suspicion grew and he ordered Shiva's capture. Devsena heart soared when she saw her son running towards her, despite being under attack from numerous warriors. Shiva fought fiercely, using a chariot to escape. Just as victory seemed within reach, they were ensnared in a trap. Captured and bound, Shiva witnessed Devsena being tortured, fueling his rage. He fought desperately on the verge of killing the prince when Katappa arrived to save him. The battle raged on, with Avantika and her warriors joining the fray. Amid the chaos, the prince tried to flee, but Shiva grabbed Mahasena's sword, meant for Katappa, and beheaded the prince. Shock spread among the onlookers. Katappa, furious at the sight, charged at Shiva, only to be stunned when he recognized him as Bahubali. In a moment of reverence, Katappa and the people bowed before Shiva, acknowledging his true identity. Katappa placed Shiva's foot on his head in a gesture of respect. The next day, Katappa expressed his gratitude to Shiva's foster parents. Despite the celebrations, Shiva felt a deep unease and an intense curiosity about his true self. Katappa then reveals his significance and recounts the history of the kingdom and his own lineage. The elder son of the king, Bijjaldev, was not crowned, not due to physical disability but because of his cunning crafting nature. The queen, who was pregnant, died, causing Mahishmati to grieve deeply. Bijjaldev, the elder son's wife Shivgami, took over the kingdom. Though the queen had died, they managed to save her son. Amidst the mourning, the people began plotting a revolt against Shivgami. Shivgami, determined to secure the future of the kingdom, declared that both young boys had a chance to become king. As they grew, both boys were trained, showcasing their abilities. Aside from his physical strength, Prince Bahubali shows compassion and is down to earth. Yet they believe they both have equal strength, while the queen faced the tough choice of deciding between them. Their trusted ally, Saket, had stolen military secrets, leading the two princes to seek him in neighboring kingdoms. They discovered him in a den of thieves where he attempted to die by jumping off a peak rather than face torture. Bahubali tried to stop him, but Ballal Dev, seeking to kill Bahubali, wanted to make them fall. Fortunately, Katappa and his men arrived in time too, so Ballal Dev had to rescue Bahubali. The plan was to attack the Kalke kingdom, which had received the stolen secrets to defend their own kingdom. This battle would also serve to determine who would be the next king, based on their success in defeating the enemy chief. Katappa noticed that the military resources were unfairly distributed, favoring Ballal Dev. On the day of battle, the armies assembled and a ritual was performed to introduce the two princes. Bahubali once again showed his compassion by refusing to offer an innocent animal yet motivating everyone. The battle began with the opposition chief taunting them, infuriating the queen. As the armies clashed, Ballal Dev used long-range weapons to bomb the advancing enemies. Bahubali, in turn, used cloth to cover and burn the enemy forces, causing significant losses. The fight intensified as the two princes battled the enemy forces. Bahubali used his strength and sword to defeat enemies individually, while Ballal Dev used an advanced chariot to cause widespread destruction. The enemy forces used captured civilians as a barricade. Bahubali managed to save them while continuing his attacks, unlike Ballal Dev, who caused harm to the innocent. As the enemy raised their flag and their numbers swelled, they were almost losing their hope when Bahubali encouraged them. Bahubali's inspiring words reignited the spirits of his warriors, rallying them to fight back fiercely. They pressed on and eventually reached the enemy chief. During the fight, Ballal Dev fell on his chariot as the chief struck him and Bahubali took over, battling the chief with intense fury. After a fierce duel, Bahubali nearly defeated the chief, forcing his forces to retreat. Just as Bahubali was about to deliver the final blow, Ballal Dev took over and struck him instead to steal the credit for killing the chief. Right after that, the queen declared Ballal Dev as the commander of the armed forces and named Bahubali as the king. This decision stunned everyone, including her husband, who was not in favor of her decision. The queen's choice was made with careful consideration, as she saw Bahubali as the righteous leader suited to rule. With the flashback complete, Sangha and the others were in awe of Bahubali's legacy and eagerly hoped to meet him. However, Katappa then revealed a shocking truth. Bahubali had been betrayed and stabbed in the back, both figuratively and literally, by Katappa himself. But Katappa's action left everyone wondering, why? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe and support us. Stay tuned for part 2, which promises even more excitement and thrills.